Alright guys, here is a JBL 70/100 volt ceiling speaker. This is a control series and the model is 24CT. Now this was found of all places in front of somebody's house, and this was just inside a porch. So this thing was pretty much sitting like this for a couple of weeks now. And I was curious if it still worked or not, or if it was damaged. Who knows? So, just a few days ago, I saw two guys sitting there, and I asked them if I could have this thing, and I was kind of interested in collecting these things. So, they were kind of debating, and at the end, they allowed me to take it. So, first thing I did when I bought this to my house is that I cleaned it as best as I could, because this was sitting on the ground, and I did repaint the grill because it was starting to rust. So there's that. Now of course here's the information tag. As you see there, it has the JBL Professional voltage input, 70.7 volt or 100 volt with selectable taps. There's your model number, serial number, and the date code. Well, the date code is actually right here. So this thing was manufactured in July of 2007. So this thing is 18 years old now. And you don't really notice the age of this because I think they're still manufacturing these. But yeah, oh yeah, this does not have the logo. It did have it, but because this was sitting on the ground, it was a cement floor, the logo got scratched up to the point that you cannot see the JBL logo anymore. So I got rid of that. So it just looks like a generic ceiling speaker, but it's JBL because of the back end. Take a look inside here. There is your coaxial driver, and this goes up to 30 watts on both voltages. Now, this thing does produce good bass, but that's because it has an amplifier board in the inside. This has, well, actually, not an amplifier board, a crossover board. That's what it is. And the crossover board, it really helps with the bass, which is why it has this porthole as well. And even with metal, it does cause the table to vibrate a bit, which is pretty insane. So that is something amazing right there. And the transformer is actually gigantic. So just an idea on how big that is, here are the screws that keep the transformer in place. Yeah, you could pretty much imagine the size of that thing. And I saw it myself. It was humongous compared to the transformers I have seen so far. So yeah, that is quite amazing. Hopefully I didn't rip anything in there. Alright, so let's place this back in. This thing is a bit stubborn. So yeah, I'm going to be playing some music with this, and this is connected in conjunction with the Harris 22001 and the Avaya over there. And I would like to give a shout out to Arlo Venturi for giving me access to his music. So I'm going to be playing one of his tracks. And if you guys want to check out his channel, there it is. Name is Arlo Venturi. So thank you, Arlo, for giving me access. So let's start the show. So yeah, there you have it. And as you can hear, before we do that, yeah, as you saw there, I have this tapped at 15 watts, and you know what's crazy? I only have these tapped at half a watt, and that is actually perfectly balanced to this thing. So that is, which is why it sounds so good. I have a whole concert experience, especially since the bass on this is very intense. It's quite intense for a 3-inch driver. So yeah, that's a very good speaker. So that will be it of this overview of the JBL Control 24 CT ceiling speaker.